Hi, this is Dan from Brand, and this week we're looking at should I start a business? I've been speaking to a few people who are working in projects that are working on jobs at the moment, who they've got the threat of furlough over them, and some people are unfortunately looking at things like redundancy. So it's kind of natural for people in this current climate to be looking at what they could do themselves, and this is sort of the natural push that's going to move people forward into starting their own business. I personally started my business about 16 years ago and really didn't put much thought to it. We were made redundant by Getty Images. We were print designers at the time, and then we moved to a digital model. And at the time, I asked several people whether they were interested in starting a business with me, and everyone sounded very excited to start with, but the numbers quickly dwindled down because I'm quite an annoying person. The numbers dwindled down to sort of two of us in the end. And we started the business then years and years ago, and really didn't have a clue what we needed to do to win work, to run our accounts, to actually make money. We went into it with bundle loads of passion, but very little intelligence. So I thought of my learnings of the last 16 years, what I might sort of advise on anyone who's thinking about starting a business. The first thing I'd recommend is pick something you're good at, but something that you love. It's really easy for people to think, well, I've been doing this for years, I'm really good at it, I can charge a fee. But do you really passionately love what you're doing? Because you know what, having a business is very hard work. It starts off very difficult and it gets harder. You're constantly moving and trying to improve on you and what you've done. So it's a non-stop, really hard work. So if you're not passionate and you don't really genuinely love what you do, you've become to hate your business and regret starting the business. Don't just do something that you're good at, do something that you're really passionately involved with and really want to do more of. The second thing, does your business solve a problem? Now, this might sound obvious, but when I started the business, really what we were doing was graphic design. So it was very easy for me to sort of pontificate about how wonderful design was. And we genuinely thought that by doing good graphic design work, we'd win more graphic design work by showing people how good we are at stuff. But the reality is, clients want you to solve a problem, and without that problem being solved, they don't really know what to buy into. So we were sort of competing against other very good graphic designers, and what happened was that the clients ended up picking who to work with on cost because they don't have the sort of eye that we have to understand how much better we are at graphic design than the next person. So it just ended up being a cost base. If you can work out what problem you're actually solving for your client, it's going to make your messaging better, it's going to make your brand more solid, and you're going to be able to talk to them about something with a passion and something that will excite them, and it's going to move it from being something that they might have to something that they need to have. The other thing is, can you do better than your competitors? I was set a challenge the other week by my friend Peter at Cranfield, and he said to me, if a new cool digital agency was to move into your sector, or a new startup that was going to absolutely blow apart the whole industry, what would they do? And it's a good thing to pontificate on, because it's very easy to come out of a business and almost emulate what they did, but really you've got to try and find a way to make it completely different to where you've just worked or any of the competitors out there. How to transform what you're going to do so it's completely original. The very simple one was, do you have any clients that you can take with you? When I started the business, I'd called around lots and lots of freelance clients. I called around other clients that I thought I could sort of steal, and you'll get really positive feedback. You know, people typically like you, or they'll be enthused for you because you're doing something exciting, and they'll want to give you work. But the reality is, it doesn't happen straight away. So although those people might eventually start to work with you, it's not going to be people banging your door down straight away. So think about all the clients and think about all the projects you can start. Could you potentially start working with them now while you're currently employed? And then the last thing, which might seem obvious, is can you survive for 3 to 6 months without money? Because frankly, you'd be lucky if it's that short. In my first year of trading, I think I earned £15,000. Bear in mind, I went down from about a 40 grand wage to 15,000. And if I was a optimist, I'd probably have given in there and then. The fact is that you're not going to have any money, you're not going to have any cash coming in. People take a long time to pay you, so build up a nice buffer before you get started. But there's 5 points that hopefully are useful to anyone who's considering starting a business up now. The sun's come out, so obviously it's a wonderful day. to start a business. But yeah, good luck, and if there's anything we can help you with, do get in touch.